Hello guys, welcome back to the garden channel. Sorry, I tried to adjust the camera there. So obviously got it done, so because I'm in my spare room because it's too cold outside, so I've just come out the spare room here, which is still getting decorated, just to make a video there. So it's time to get these onions done. I should have probably done them a wee bit earlier, but just been that busy. So I've got I've got four types of onions there, plus I've got shallots. So I've got these are the Bedfordshire ones, the champion ones. Them. Also got the red spark. Picked these ones up the other day. These are also red, the red variety. They're called Red Flash. If you could see that, alright. And we've got the Santero as well, these ones. And we've got the Alyssa Cray, these ones. It doesn't have a picture, right, but these are champ prize winners are supposed to be. And then the shallots, I always go for these shallots, and these are the Cebrun. And they get pretty big, the banana shallots these are. So that's my onions there. I've got my onions for this, what I'm going to do, but I won't be sowing as loads of them. Well, I'll be sowing loads of them, but we'll get to that. So just grab a tray. I put the trays, I already pre-made the trays up, just check to make sure this camera's working perfectly. So I've already pre-made these trays, as you can see there. And the usual compost I go for is that I get the two of them. I get the evergreen stuff, which is it's an Irish compost. It's a multi-purpose compost. It's called evergreen. And I've got the seaweed compost as well. Kind of what that one is again, but I mix them together to obviously do the seeds. The evergreen one's alright, but it dries it too quick, so that's why I mixed the other one in with it, so that it does it. So there we have the tray already prepared. So I'm going to just do half a tray each, because there's no point in doing a big massive tray in there. So just double check to make sure that the camera is zoomed in. Okay, sorry, I've got to rest on someone as well, the phone. So just zoom in a wee bit more so you can see there. So yeah, it's easy to sow onions. I do recommend sowing onions as well. I did try the sets last year. I used to grow them all the time, but I gave up with them. But I tried them last year because I was too late in growing them by seed. But they were absolutely rubbish. They didn't even turn into anything. So I've always done it this way, and I do recommend doing it this way. It's amazing what results you get. They take a wee bit longer, that's why you have to start them off early. But if you're a beginner, definitely give it a try. Oh, they're all the same, the seeds, the onions and the shallots and the leeks. They're all the same, see, that's what they look like. They're all the same seeds. So these are the Alyssa Cray ones. So I'm just going to do half a tray. I'm not bothered if I put loads in, because my idea is to when I prick them out, when I come to potting them up, I'm going to pick three or four seedlings into one pot when I come to pick them out. and they will still grow together. They'll grow fine. You won't get any problems with them doing it that way. Done it before, and you just don't get a big onion. You get like about the size of a tennis ball. Is about a reasonable size onion, because then you can use it all the way, and you're not having to try and use a full onion for one meal, whereas you could use one of them in a whole meal because they're not that big. So exactly saying, these are the red spark there. So I'm just and the only thing about these seeds is the colour, with them being black, and then going on to the compost. I could just see that one there needs to go over there. So right down here is probably my halfway mark there. So I'll be using another label, and I'll put a label in there, try and split the difference, but you don't want to sow too much in a tray. You don't want to completely fill that tray full of seeds, because when they start germinating in that, you can sometimes get dampening off, because there's not getting a equal circulation of air as well. And also when you come to pick them out, you can damage the roots because they're all mixed in together. So I've already got the labels, already pre-writ the labels there as well. So we've got, these are the Alyssa Craig ones there, and they were the red flash, so there we go. Right, so cover them up. You can use sieved compost at the top, or you can get yourself some vermiculite and put it over the top. I don't really put, you don't have to put too much over. This stuff's better for your seeds because it lets the light through, and they seem to germinate better out of this stuff. So you don't, as I say, you don't have to put too much on, just enough to cover the tray. And then we'll just I didn't bring anything to kind of pack it all down with, so I'm just using this peg that I use to kind of keep the bag closed on the bag there. So once you put your vermiculite or your compost on, you just want to kind of level off your pot or your tray, if you've got it filled right up to the top there. And you can cut a bit of wood the same length as the tray, or the same diameter. That's what I've got, but I didn't bring it in from the shed. Well, I filled these up in the greenhouse actually because it was quite warm in there. So there we go. And then what happened is you can see the colour in that vermiculite starting to change. It's kind of starting to go dark. That's it's soaking up the water. So I'll put this down here now. Just put it over here. What I'll do is I'll get the spray bottle, and the spray bottle will just give it a little dampening. So there we go, there's the second tray there as well. So we'll just get rid of these two packets that we've already used. So yeah, so we'll do the Santero. I'm sure all these and that, and the space they're going into isn't, well, it's not, I wouldn't say it was small, like, but if there's any left, I'll probably just stick them in the front garden actually. I'm just going to do, there we go, that's our halfway mark there. Sticking in the front garden. Done it last year. I had some onions left over actually. I ended up just sticking them back in the garden at the front there and let them flower. And it will say that all of the onion seeds are all F1s, so you can't collect the seeds. Well, you can, but they won't be the same onion as you've sown. Right, so there's only a small amount of these ones left, so yeah. That's a bit, yeah. But okay, what we'll that's fine. We'll hang with that there. I thought I'd mirror them, but obviously no. So there's not a lot of them in there, the Santero ones, so that's fine. So we'll do these red flash next. These are the new ones that I got there. I was trying to look for the ones that I grew before that got massive. They were called the Globe. I did see them before in the garden centre. That's why I went to go and get them, but obviously they done away with them. So I only got these ones at the garden centre, the red flash ones. And the garden centre uses the same seed company as I use, as that Mr. Floringill's, which is a good company as well, good seed company. Try to get, because they put the seed packet right there and you can never open the packet properly. There we go. So there you go. So yeah, the banana slots are actually pretty good. I would definitely get them and sow them right as well. These they're actually better than the other slots you get, kind of bulb ones, the round ones. They grow quite big. So these are what were the ones? The red summon, the red flash. So we'll chuck a few in there. And what you can do as well, if there's any seeds that are quite close together, you can actually just get like your pencil or something pointy and just kind of move them out of the way so they're not touching each other. So these were well then I put the wrong label on the red ones there. There we go. So, red flash and the Santero. I grew the Santero ones and the Bethshire ones and the Alison Craig one, the Alyssa Craig ones last year. No, last year, the year before, and they got pretty big. And also the Globe as well. The Globe ones as well, they were pretty amazing as well. So, and again with the vermiculite, this stuff does break down. I did all the spent compost that I had. That's what I've used, is this stuff on it. Like, a lot of people say not to use it, but I find it better for germination. It seems to germinate better, the stuff there. So I'm kind of just trying to smooth this out so it's not and then yet again I'll just get in there with a peg there to kind of just pack it down. And the whole reason of packing it down is so that everything is in contact with each other. The seeds and the compost are all in contact, and the vermicomite's all in contact there. A good firm down. So yeah, that's day one's done. I did pre-soak these as well. I pre-soaked them before I started. So I'll just grab this other tray. Oh, for the last couple of days the weather's been pretty good. Like Monday it was a broad day, cold but broad. Sun was out, and yesterday was the same. And today it's quite cloudy. It's cold. There's a cold wind there as well. So, but apart from that, it's actually turned out to be a not bad day. Tomorrow, I think tomorrow's looking okay as well, but I'm not too sure. Like they did say, I didn't look at the forecast, but I did hear it on the news there that it was supposed to be back to being horrible again. Hopefully not, because the ground outside is just starting to dry up, so I can get the ground prepared out there, and the greeners cleaned it and washed, and get the fleece on it or the bubble wrap. So next we're doing these are the Bedfordshire champions. These are supposed to be. If I had more room, I would have probably done a few onions on their own. Again, a few big champion things, seen if we could, who can grow the biggest onion. I watched that boy on YouTube, is it Dean? I think his name is Dean or Dan or something. He's doing in England, and he grows some smashing onions and that, like some big ends too. But yeah, so that's the one is done, and it's just a shots there. Hopefully these will germinate, because every time I go to reuse the packet, they seem to didn't germinate very well, and then I have to go and buy another packet. So I don't know if that's maybe just the seed itself, or it must be the seed, because I only bought these last year, these seeds. So you just gently want to kind of, not too far away, just enough to see it, and then just kind of work your fingers back and forward there. And I quite like the shots, so I didn't mind putting loads of them in actually, because they go well in they go well in stir fries and that. So I don't mind having loads of them. So yeah, again we'll just get in there with a vermiculite. Yeah, and we'll get a lot of people getting stuff done outside today, right? A lot of banging and drawing and that, and so there we go. I do say wear gloves when using that, because it can irritate your skin as well. Some people can be allergic to it. So come in again with a peg, just kind of tamping it all down there, making sure it's nice and firm, everything's in contact with each other. And then we just put labels in. So there we go, guys. That's the first video of the year. his sowing stuff, and that's the onions done. Hopefully next week I'll be doing a few more things, sowing a few more things. I'm going to sow some early brassicas, some cabbage and that, some collies, some broccoli. I've still got some purple broccoli there, and I found a packet of purple cauliflower, but I can't remember I don't know if there's any seeds left in it. So if there is, we'll be sowing them. So yeah, they'll be getting sown probably at the weekend or this week as well, and they'll be hopefully be ready to go out in sometime in maybe mid-March. So and I won't be sowing loads because, as I say, I don't no longer have the big allotment anymore. I've only got the little one at the back there, and it isn't as big as that one that we had. So yeah, I'm kind of limited to what I can sow in there. But I've got a few ideas after watching a few videos there, and I'm going to try some beans this year, some climbing beans. So I've got a wee idea to use the whole length of the bit of ground that I've got out there for growing them. So hopefully it all goes to plan. But anyway guys, yeah, I'm gonna, and you can see there the colour, see how it's gone darker. The vermiculite is absorbing all the water from the compost there, because I did pre-soak them there. But yeah, these will take a few weeks to germinate depending on the temperature in the house. This room will be well, I'll see, because I've got the grow thing there. I've got the propagator with the heated thing in it. So I might put them in there. I'll get the 3 trays in there. I'll get them in there, and I'll get the thermostat on and get them onto the right temperature. But if not, I normally just stick them on the windowsill. And as I say, the room gets pretty hot anyway. I've got you get the lid as well to go with these trays. You get these in B&Q, these trays, but you have to buy the lid separate. They don't sell them together. So yeah, you get the lids there, because they're little mini propagators. You just put the lid on there, put them on the windowsill, and I normally just leave them. Leave them till you start seeing them germinating, and then once they start coming through, just take the lid out. Make sure you've got a good sunlight coming through the window, so that they can get the sunlight, because you need the sun to obviously photosensitize, whatever you call it, to be able to grow as well. And these will not take long in getting to the stage of pricking out. I normally wait until they start producing a true leaf, and I'll start to pot them up, prick them out. And as I say, I may have sown a lot, but I'm going to be putting 3 or 4 saplings into one pot, and I'll just be growing a cluster of onions, and they won't get big, they won't get too big. They should get to around about the same size as a tennis ball, which is perfect for me, because I could use them in the bar. But yeah, I didn't sow any garlic. I was going to do it, but I left it too late to get it. So plus the weather outside was absolutely horrible. For all it done for a month is just rain, constant rain every day. So I couldn't get out to do it. So yeah, there's no garlic this year. So yeah, so anyways, I will go and put these inside the propagator. Get the propagator turned on. I should have turned it on actually and warmed it up, but I didn't. But these trays have been sitting in here for a good couple of hours, so and plus the compost has been sitting inside the house, so the compost is warmed up pretty well. Even when I was filling up the trays, the compost was quite warm, which is what you want. That will help the germination. Even the watering as well, even if you have like warm water when you're watering them, that will also help the germination as well. But even making your seeds the day before trays and putting them in the house, let them kind of warm up, put them next to the radiator or somewhere warm and let them just warm up a wee bit before you're sowing them. And then that means that the seed will not get a shock coming out of a hot environment, going into a cold environment as well when you're sowing them. But yeah, that's the first lot of seeds done for this year, and there'll be more to follow. So just keep an eye out on the channel as well, and if you can hit the like button and subscribe, that'll be great. Even leave comments, let me know what you're up to, and yeah, hopefully see you soon, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.